Good evening, everyone. At this time, we will begin our program with the Pledge of Allegiance. Would Xavier Diaz please come up? He will be leading our Pledge of Allegiance at this time.
All right, can I ask everybody to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me? If you want to look at the flag over here, right? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may all be seated.
Welcome, everyone. I would like to begin by first thanking the Advisory Board President, Ms. Blackshear, Superintendent Rahana Fard, Deputy Superintendent Katrina McCombs, and all other honored guests. Thank you also to the Camden County College for providing this wonderful venue. It's all right to give them a hand. Thank you also to Subaru of America, the South Jersey Credit Union, and the Rotary Club for partnering to provide these remarkable young people with gifts and scholarships. Also, we would like to thank the professionals that are here tonight who are going to mentor our students as they continue their education. Finally, thank you to the 2018 remarkable grads and their families. You are what keep us going. Your dedication will inspire younger students who look up to you and see what you have achieved. Matter of fact, give yourself another applause. This is the 5th annual Remarkable Graduate Awards, a celebration of graduating seniors who have persisted through challenges and obstacles in order to earn their diploma and make plans for the future. I was asked to give a few words of my own so that you would be able to even understand Remarkable Grads, the connection as to why I feel it's an honor to be able to MC this program. I am Dr. Janika Newbill. I am a graduate of Camden High School class of 1989 and proud of it. I have served in the education field for the last 25 years. I began my career in the Camden City School District at Hatch Middle School, where I was a teacher, a literacy coach, as well as the supervisor of curriculum and instruction. Today, I currently serve as the Director of Special Projects for the Office of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment in the School District of Philadelphia. In my capacity there, I guide the district's initiatives to achieve and maintain accreditation for all of our 54 high schools. I paused for a moment because as I think about what it took to even get to that part in my life, Remarkable Grads, I understand, because I am the result of a child who lost a sister and a mother before the age of 8. I am also a child that in 7th grade, we lost our home to a complete fire and was displaced for an entire year. My grandparents raised me. Because my mother was deceased, and unfortunately throughout the years, my father was addicted to drugs. So I really do understand what it means to overcome, to persevere. Which is why I do count it a blessing that as far as going on beyond Camden High School, I did receive a Bachelor of Arts degree from William-Patterson University, a Master of Education degree from Wilmington University, a Master of Arts degree from Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary and Graduate School, and recently a doctorate degree from Liberty University. And I said all of that to say, people like us that have travailed, we are here for you whenever you will need words of encouragement to continue your own personal milestones in life. So, we are here tonight to celebrate you. So without further ado, I will invite up our superintendent, Payman Ruhanafard.
Thank you, Dr. Newbill. I'm going to be really brief. I just want to express my gratitude to everyone who has made this event possible. As you heard, this is the 5th year, and that's an amazing thing, because I remember my first year as superintendent when we set out to do this, it was an ambitious idea, but our kids deserve to get honored and recognized for overcoming adversity, because we all know there's not one predefined path to success. Everyone takes their own unique journey, and we're here to honor those students. And so I just want to thank our team. I want to thank our board members who are here today, Minister Muhammad, Ms. Wilson, and Mr. Brito Bueno. I'm just grateful to everything you all do for us as in your capacity as board members. I'm grateful to our partners, and I especially want to give a shout out to Subaru, and I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but they help, and when I say help, they are literally the sole providers of the $1,000 a year for 4-year scholarship and laptops for our students. So if we could give Sandy Capel a big shout out. Where's Sandy? Could you stand really quickly, Sandy? Thank you so much for everything you do. Really appreciate it. So I could go on and on. I'm grateful to our principals who are here today to help honor and support their students and for everything they've done. Teachers who are in this room. Most of all, I'm excited to hear about our students. Every year, we sit up here holding back tears with giant smiles on our faces. Just so grateful that we can witness the growth of our students and to hear their stories. So I'm going to allow the show to proceed and welcome our wonderful facilitator to move the show forward. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Superintendent. I am proud to welcome our keynote speaker, Jason Avant, former wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles from 2006 to 2014 and former member of the Carolina Panthers and Kansas City Chiefs. Since Jason's rookie year, he has been a huge support to CCSD schools, often lending his time and support to schools like H.B. Wilson, Woodrow Wilson High School, and Camden High. Welcome, Jason. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How's everybody doing? Good. They told me I have about 20 minutes, but I used to be a preacher. It can turn into about an hour really quickly. So if you guys don't clap for me every 2 minutes, I'm going to extend it and make it as long as possible, okay? So I'm just messing with you. I just want to say that, give my thanks to Camden City School District for having me, specifically the Division of Engagement for having me today, to Superintendent Paymon, to all the remarkable graduates for overcoming so many different things in your life in order to graduate. You guys are definitely an inspiration to me, and I just want to say congratulations to you all. And to my good friend in the back, I've been knowing him since I moved to this area, probably was that over 15 years ago now, somewhere in there, 13 to 15 years, somewhere in there, I can't even remember. Chief Strategy Officer Andrew Bell is a good friend of mine. I had a paid appearance, and he talked me into coming to do this appearance for free. So it lets you know how, good of a friend he is. I love him. He's a brother of mine, and he's doing a great job. And I just want to tell you I'm proud of you, and Tia will be proud, smiling down on you right now as well. So love you, brother. All right, so like I said, I got about 45 minutes left. But usually when you are in front of a group like this, I get really nervous doing a commencement speech, right? Because I'm like a fish in a bowl and you guys are just staring at me. That's number one. Number two is that Obama has done such a great job of being an orator, and so the expectations are so high. So just tap your neighbor and say, lower your expectations, right? Because my first thought was to use as many big words as possible to try to impress you guys, but I read it aloud and it sounded stupid, okay? And plus I didn't understand most of the words. So I said, you know what? I have a gift of just being myself. And I just wanted to let the remarkable graduates know that you don't have to be someone else. It's good being yourself. And I'm just a storyteller, and I like to tell jokes, as you guys can tell. And I'm going to get on with the program. There's a few things that I want to speak to you guys about. In all seriousness, I commend and congratulate you all that have overcome amazing odds to graduate. I am from the south side of Chicago and know about the perils of the streets, pressure to stay true to the hood, pressure to sell drugs, do drugs, pressure to live rebellious, pressure to be normal and not reach for more, trying to avoid ridicule and bullies at all costs. Those who come from privilege will make you a charity case if you're not careful. Own your life. Own your positive. Own your negative. Make no excuses. And don't allow people to feel sorry for you. God knew you were strong enough to handle a difficult road. There's a blessing in struggle that cannot be taught in books. There's a fight within you that the kids of Hattonfield just will never have. The fight, the passion, the perseverance, the hunger will make you special if you channel it correctly. The best things in life come from struggle and hard times. Through 9 months of labor and travail, after so many long nights comes life. Through a process of 1,000-degree fire brings forth diamonds. Through the crushing of ripe grapes in harvest time brings out the best wine. See, the best things in life come through the fire. So know that you're not anyone's charity case. You're just the best thing. You're a part of a community that's been able to overcome many struggles and obstacles. In my line of work, playing in the National Football League, there's what you call the playmakers. You usually see guys at any huddle always break it down. Playmakers on 3, 1, 2, 3, playmakers. And what that is, it sounds very, very simple. But the guys that make the most plays get paid the most. Tom Brady gets paid the most. Aaron Rodgers get paid the most. Julio Jones gets paid the most. The reason they get paid the most is because they're playmakers. And what that means is that no matter what the defensive coordinator draws up, though the opposing team is in the better play, though the talent next to you may look greater than you, though the coverage is rolled against you and there's 2 or 3 people sticking you, despite all of the odds, the people that are playmakers make the play anyway. So no matter what's going on in your life, realize that you're playmakers. You've shown by graduating that you are playmakers. Yes, the neighborhood was against you. Yes, the community was against you. Yes, family at times was against you, but you were able to make a play in life anyway. So I encourage you to, in life, continue to make a play, no matter what's going on. There's a few things in my life that I rely on because in our culture, we have a desire to do everything by ourselves. We have a desire to reach the goal of being self-made. I hear it in the rap songs. I hear it in the streets. I hear it everywhere I go. Self-made. He's a self-made millionaire. He's a self-made businessman. That's idiotic. Everyone needs somebody. Everyone needs a team. Everyone needs someone to support them. No one is self-made. Someone along the way is going to have to help you. So the next part of this speech is just talking about the people that surround you, your team, your support system. Who is that in your life? Are they the positive people? Are they the people that have gone through what you've been through and overcome? Are they the people that you can lean on and call when you're feeling down and blue, that's going to tell you the right thing, positive things, and not things that will end you in trouble. So think about your team. I can always remember a story of mine. I was went to the University of Michigan, graduated in 3 years, but my freshman year I almost messed it up because I'm this big hot shot from the south side of Chicago. I'm in Ann Arbor, and I felt like I was the best thing that ever hit that campus because I was doing it all by myself. My coach had a good lesson for me. I was better than 3 of the receivers that was in front of me, and everyone knew it. I knew it, but I wasn't ready mentally. So the first game comes around, we're playing the University of Washington. Washington has a receiver named Reggie Williams, who's like a top 5 pick, and they're ranked number 5 in the country. We have a bunch of guys on our team, and we're ranked number 3 in the country, and we're battling out the first game. Everyone on my team is into the game. Me, I'm on the bench because I'm not playing, and I'm soaking. I'm mad. I'm the best thing that ever happened to the University of Michigan, and they have me on the bench. But guess what I realized? That though I was soaking, though I was down, though I was pouting, the game was still passing me by and still going on. One side of the crowd would say gold, the other side would say blue. They were having a good time, and I'm sitting there loathing and seething and mad. Shut up. The game is very, very tight. We've had, in a football game, I think it was 7 lead changes, which is amazing in football. And then we were going back and forth up and down the field. It was whoever stopped the offense first. One of my teammates who played about 8 years in the league, his name is Steve Breston. He came to me. We came in as freshmen. He came in at third quarter, right before the fourth. He said, "Jason, look around you. You're the only one sitting on this bench. You're thinking about yourself. It's time to win for Michigan. It's time to think about the people that got you here. It's time to think about all the stuff that you've been through, all the stuff that we've been through together, and support the team." Finally, I realized that it's not about just you. It's not just about me. It's about the common goal of the team. And from that day on, I realized that I had more power in focusing on a team vision than just my own vision. See, there's things that you're going to accomplish that just the mind of thinking about your team, your mom, supporting, that you can accomplish something just because you're depending, or you're trying to make your mom proud, or you're trying to make that coach or that counselor or anyone that believed in you, you're trying to make them proud. And I was able to do that just thinking about Miss Broderick, my math teacher, who would get on me about advanced algebra with trigonometry and just banging it over my head all the time. And I began to think about, I can't let Miss Broderick down in this stats class in college. Begin to think about all those people and channel it, and it caused me to reach higher heights. Through that time, a lot has changed in my life, but I've never forgot about my team. And I want you guys never to forget about your team as well. The next part I'll say that you guys are going to need in the future is the ability to work hard. Everyone can tell you what hard work is, but it's very, very subjective. It's very, very opinion-based. I'll give you a definition that just came from the corridors of my mind. Just hard work is after you fulfill your responsibilities. That's when it starts. That's when hard work starts. It's not when you're at school. It's when school is over and homework is done. That's when hard work starts. It's after the 8-hour days and you've sent 1 million emails out, you've done everything on your checklist. After that, that's when hard work starts. So when you get to that place of hard work, well, the only thing left is going to be success. Lastly, I want to talk about sacrifice and commitment. On my team of life, one of the most instrumental people in my life, his name is Big Will. It's Will Franklin. I call everyone that we know calls him Big Will or Willpower. Big Will is about 5'5". Big Will is 54 years old. Big Will looks like a tank. And he has the biggest biceps you've ever seen in your life. And he will tell you that my biceps the biggest you ever seen in your life. Big Will always had the greatest sayings in history to me. When I think about my team, I just think about those things that people have said to me, that counsel me, it's wisdom to me. He always would give me the story. He said, Jason, this is how he talked. Hey, Jason, look at that guy. He's a weasel because he didn't show up for his workout this morning. That's how he talks, right? Hey, Jason, every time we go to breakfast, every time we come in, do you ever notice that the menu always says bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs? I'm like, Will, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, think about it. It always says bacon and eggs. I'm like, what are you saying? Listen, man, the chicken, he just dropped off an egg and kept moving, so he'll always be second. He said the pig sacrificed his life, therefore he's first forever. In that moment, even though that sounds idiotic, it clicked for me. And it clicked about sacrifice. There's a lot of people making half commitments. There's a lot of people that say out of their mouth, I want to be great. We're living in a generation that wants to be great before they do anything. Sacrifice. Are you going to lay down what you want, your desires, for your goals and your dreams, for the people around you, your team? Or are you just going to be like the chicken and drop an egg and keep it moving? Sacrifice and commitment. The last thing I'll leave you with is that you have to believe in yourself when no one else does. Till this day, one of the things I do every morning is I will look in the mirror and I will speak positive confessions about myself. You're strong enough. You're big enough. You're smart enough. You're handsome enough. You're fast enough. You're quick enough. You can do anything. You're more than enough. You're more than enough for the next business meeting. You're more than enough for anything that comes up in your path. Constantly speaking life over myself. I don't speak what I feel. Your feelings change. I speak what I hope. Because when you hope for something greater, something more, it becomes reality. Because you're not controlled by your normal feelings, your natural feelings. So when you can't see something going right in your life, don't look at it and say, hey, that person will never be anything. Say, you know what? You're a blessing from God. You know what? Your best days are ahead. You know what? You can do all things. You know what? You're more than a whatever it is. I just want to leave you with that. My name is Jason Avant. It was a pleasure to meet you. And this was a free event. So anybody asks for a speaker after this, it will cost. Have a good one.
Thank you for the words of wisdom, Jason. And Jason, we really truly can't thank you enough for always supporting our city. We appreciate you. I would like to now at this time invite some folks up to the stage who will be giving our students awards and gifts this evening. Ms. Jacola Thomas and Sarah Lipset, who will be presenting Visa gift cards from the South Jersey Credit Union. The superintendent, who will be presenting these trophies from the board, as well as the Remarkable Graduates 2018 sweatshirts designed and printed by the Camden store. Mary Lynn Reynolds from the Rotary Club of Camden will be giving each of our Remarkable grads a $50 gift card to Barnes & Nobles, the most popular college bookstore in the country. And finally, our friend Sandy Capel from Subaru will be joining us to give each student a $1,000 check, scholarship check and voucher to receive their brand new laptop computer. The $1,000 scholarship from Subaru is renewable for 4 years to the students that are in college. This is the second year we've been able to offer our remarkable grads so much support to help them in college. So thank you to our sponsors, and please come on up to the stage. Remarkable students, this is your night, and we want to hear from you. When you come up to get your award, feel free to say a few words. And as you collect your award, make sure you pause to take a photo with all of our wonderful event sponsors and partners. Now, to get started with the awards, first I will introduce Principal Larry James and Mr. Ali from Woodrow Wilson. Mr. James and Mr. Ali will tell us about their years at Woodrow Wilson High School, remarkable grads.
Thank you, Dr. Newbill. Good evening, everyone. I have the honor of introducing our first remarkable grad from Woodrow Wilson High School. This student is Mr. Nino Class. Mr. Class is a very meek, humble, quiet. Being from the South, we say yes sir, no sir. So he was one of the first students in my principalship to refer to me as yes sir, no sir. So he has definitely made a lasting impression on me. Mr. Class is the second to graduate from his family. He spent time playing with cars growing up with his father, and he is truly motivated by his sister, who was the first to receive a high school diploma in his family. Upon graduating, Mr. Class will be attending Stockton University, where he will be majoring in mechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Class.
I'm kind of nervous.
Okay. He's kind of nervous. All right. Thank you, Mr. Class. The next student who I have the honor of introducing is Miss Sedora Damon. This student will be a graduate of our Woodrow Wilson High School Camelot Accelerated Program. Miss Damon was referred to Camelot based off of some challenges that she was having within the home. Ms. Damon is one of the students who took advantage of the partnership with Camelot to catch up with her credits. In addition to that, she leads the pack for her siblings, taking care of many of her siblings in the home. She has risen to the occasion, has caught up, and she will be attending Camden County College at the conclusion of the school year. Ms. Sedora Damon. The next student, whom I have the honor of introducing, is Mr. T.J. Mills. Mr. Mills came to us from Freedom Prep, having experienced some challenges there, came to Woodrow Wilson High School to turn over a new leaf, where he has become successful. Mr. Mills will be planning on attending Camden County College, where he will major in nursing and will transition to Rutgers. Mr. Mills has decided to major in nursing as he has a passion for helping the people. And so with that being said, he would like to continue that charge with serving in the capacity of a nurse upon graduating from Rutgers University. Mr. Mills, do you have any words you would like to share?
Yeah.
Come on.
Y'all can hear me? Yes. That ain't gonna be too long. I just want to thank you, Mom, for raising me. You raised me nice. You raised me great. I'm about to cry if I ain't gonna do it now, but thank you for raising me for who I am today. And without you, I wouldn't be successful.
Wow.
I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, TJ, and congratulations, Mom. Okay. The next student who I have the honor of introducing, who is not here with us this evening, but his mother is here to receive his award for him, is student Jairo Ramos. Mr. Ramos is in the top 20% at Woodrow Wilson High School. He is an advocate of sports. And Mr. Ramos will be transitioning to the Salisbury Prep School, where he will do an additional year of post-grad so that he can work to attain more financial assistance to secure his education as an athlete. Mr. Ramos has an unwavering passion for athletics, and he would like to work in a school setting or for an athletic team as a trainer. Round of applause for Mr. Jairo Ramos and his mom for all of her accomplishments. Mom, do you have anything you would like to say?
Just quick.
Yep, come on.
My son is awesome. He is the best. This, I will dedicate this. I knew one time in life I was going to have this opportunity. My son, living in Camden, having 7 kids, it's not easy to raise. It's not. But thanks God, God blessed me with my 7 wonderful kids. One time, while I was working, a principal called me. He was in 6th grade and said, come and get your son. He's been transferred. I'm like, transferred, but why? Just come get your son. When I went to the school, got my son, I asked what happened. It was nothing serious, but since that school was the first time it was going to have 6th grade, it was the principal's choice who was going to be there. She didn't want to deal with it. She told me right in my face that my son, it was going to be a loser. Now, I know who was the loser. When he told me, Mom, I want to be in Wilson, I was like, Wilson? No, you're not. No, you're not. You in Pentex, stay there. Mom, I want to be in Wilson. What you worry about? Do you think I just going to do what I'm not supposed to do? Mom, I got my goal. And I told him, okay, this month, when the marking period comes, if I see your grades go down, I don't care what you say, I'm taking you out. And he's been an honor roll there, you know. So I just want to share a little bit about him. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you for bringing him to Wilson. Thank you, Mom. Okay. The next student who I have the opportunity to introduce is Miss Angelina Vasquez. Our executive director of Camelot for Woodrow Wilson Accelerated did write a brief blurb for integrity, and it means so much to him. He couldn't be here. I will read word for word, verbatim, what he had to say about our student, Miss Vasquez. Angelina was referred to the Camelot program from her teachers and staff. Angelina was identified as a problematic student that displayed poor attendance and grades, as well as inappropriate behavior, mostly directed towards staff. She had a negative label attached to her name based on her past experiences in school. When she came to Camelot, of course, she tried to use her negative reputation as a reason to act out, only to find that this staff was going to give her all that she indirectly asked for. In the beginning, Angelina was resistant to the norms and expectations of the program. Being redirected for anything inappropriate, Angelina had to come to grips with it. For example, initially, she was not receptive to having to conduct herself in a positive and respectful manner with consistency. As it is a part of our everyday practice, she slowly adapted to the norms and became fit in well with her peers in the program. Once she earned and became a member of our student government, she flourished. She became a leader amongst her peers and in the eyes of staff. Angelina became more determined and wanted to do better for herself. She became the model student for us. Her grades also improved tremendously. This was evident, for she earned honor roll every marking period that she was with us. She kept herself busy with getting ahead in the accelerated program in school and with part-time jobs. Angelina has successfully completed all of her academic coursework in February and is awaiting the June 22nd graduation. She is currently a student at Jolie Beauty Academy, where she is studying cosmetology. And from her instructors and from what her instructors have shared, she is doing extremely well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Miss Angelina Vasquez. Okay, we'll put her award aside. The next student I have the opportunity of introducing, the last, is, in addition to Mr. Garcia, is Miss Gina Tao. Gina is a remarkable, definitely a remarkable grad. What stands out to most for me about Gina is that she would like to major in accounting and finance with hopes of being a budget analyst for the federal government. Gina is most certainly a remarkable grad, as she is the first in her family to graduate with a high school diploma. Miss Gina turned it around from 9th grade until 12th grade, and Gina is in the top 20% at Woodrow Wilson High School. Lastly, most certainly not least, is Mr. Victor Garcia. Mr. Garcia is an office aide, and he works closely with our guidance counselor and our family operations coordinator to operationalize our guidance initiatives. Mr. Garcia is very professional, very soft-spoken, meek, and humble. Mr. Garcia is looking forward to studying veterinary technology, where he will be attending, he will start out at Camden County College, and he will then transfer to Bloomfield University. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Dr. Newbill, for the opportunity to present our wonderful, remarkable grads from Woodrow Wilson High School, and that concludes our graduates. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Woodrow Wilson High School. Next, I'd like to ask Dr. Irving Sweeney and Mr. Oliver Scott from Gateway College program to come on up to present their students with their awards at this time.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to take a slightly different approach. First of all, we have two and only two remarkable graduates here today. Pablito, I'm going to ask your parents, as Pablito comes on stage, I'm going to ask the parent to stand. Her parents and family. Would you stand, please? And George, I'm going to ask your parents and family to stand. Could we give the parents a round of applause? And the reason why I do this, Ms. Grant and Mr. Oliver will tell you a little bit about the students. Please be seated. But the reason why I emphasize the importance of the parents, the Gateway to College program provides a real second chance for young people, what we call disengaged youth. They get an opportunity to complete their high school education and also to begin their college career. And it is because of working with parents and the community and these wonderful people that in the last year we received our second national award, and we also received the first Equity Trailblazers Award from the Secretary of Higher Education for the state of New Jersey. We are honored to work with our young people, and make no mistake, Gateway is family. Mr. Oliver or Ms. Grant, could you introduce our first student, please?
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to work with the Gateway to College program. I have a quick quote to share with you because it embodies everything about our kids. This is a quote from Thomas Carlyle. Permanence, perseverance, and persistence in spite of all obstacles, discouragements, and impossibilities. It is this that in all things distinguishes the strong soul from the weak. These are two strong souls. My Pablita, come. This young lady was at her wit's end at one point and did not give up hope and found Gateway. She is an amazing young person, extremely resilient, and has found her stride and is an excellent student. She is going to succeed in everything she does in her life because she does not give up hope. She knows how to work hard. She knows how to achieve. And those are the qualities that are going to take her through the rest of her life. I give to you my beautiful Pablita. Anything you'd like to say? Share words if you would like.
Thank you. I would like to thank my mother for always being there, my aunt, my grandma, and my little cousins and my sisters and my brothers. They've been the biggest motivators for me, and thank you for this opportunity.
One more thing. My beautiful Pablita is going to be attending Camden County College in the fall in the nursing program.
This is George Burton. George Burton is a remarkable student with a spirit and personality that does not reflect the hardships he has endured already in his young life. He has overcome personal adversities from which bouncing back and remaining positive would have been difficult for anyone. Yet George has remained goal-oriented, gracious, and humble throughout his hardships. While with the Gateway to College program, George distinguished himself through his academic excellence, motivation for both himself and his peers, and often would go the extra mile in helping teachers and staff members wherever he could. It would surprise no one at Gateway to see George working hard before classes, and once class had ended, he'd remain in school getting ahead of his studies, helping other students, and developing his artistic skills. One thing that helped George get through his darkest times was, in fact, his love of art, and George will be able to study art beginning next year at New York's Hartwick College, having earned a full scholarship, and we're really proud of him.
I am a little nervous.
It's okay.
I would just like to thank my aunt and my uncle for being my main support system since my mother and my family's in New York right now, and I haven't seen them since I've been down here, so I just love y'all, and I thank y'all so much for being there for me.
Thank you, Gateway. Next, we have Camden Big Picture Learning Academy. Would Ms. Gardner please come up to the stage in order to introduce your students?
Thank you, Dr. Newberry. First thing I would like to say is all of the students at Camden Big Picture Learning Academy are remarkable graduates. The second thing I would like to say is on this auspicious occasion where we're celebrating some of our finest Camden resident students, it is my pleasure to introduce Shamar Brown. This young man has fostered some of the most important life skills needed to succeed in his adult life. Shamar has overcome many personal struggles, losses, grief, and the violence of his environment. He lost his mother when he was first entering high school as a freshman to breast cancer. He took the responsibility of comforting and advocating for his little sister, even while coping with his own grief. He continues to care for and comfort her through all the changes and upheaval without the guidance or support of a father. He has, however, had the wonderful help of Aunt Wanda. He has grown into a man because of her, who works diligently and truly leads by example. Personally, I have been his advisor, English teacher, and volleyball coach. I have been constantly impressed with his maturity, leadership skills, both in the classroom and on the court. Shamar determines his own path and now has developed the grit, kindness, and gratitude to take him to his future at Rowan College.
Thank you, Basha. I just want to give a couple of things to my family over there. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all been there since day one. Especially my little sister, that's my little princess right there. I really appreciate her. Ever since my mom passed, I mean, she just been there. That's just my little princess, my heart in human form. Every time I look at her, she reminds me of my mom. I really appreciate her being in my life right now. I don't see my coach in here, but I want to give a thanks to my coach Miller. He always been pushing me to the fullest where I need to be at, so I appreciate him as well. And I would like to say thank you to everybody, well, the people that nominated me to be here today. And that's it.
Next, I would like to introduce Aaliyah Fussell, known affectionately as Leah. As one of Camden's residents, Leah has also known personal loss in her young life and has persevered with nothing but determination and her mother as an example to rise to become the beautiful, intelligent, and giving young woman we celebrate today. As a youngster, Leah lost her father to gun violence in the streets of Camden. She and her three sisters coped with the loss of their father as their mother struggled to keep the family going. She has flourished as a young person and a giving person. As a senior, she created a student project where she collected gently used items from the community and then developed a holiday shop where youngsters could use their behavior points to shop for their families. Many of the students who shopped there were high special needs, and this was an opportunity for them to gift and share with their families. I watched as Leah wrapped these humble gifts and interacted with the children in such a kind and gentle way. She showed maturity and grace in her actions. Beyond this, Leah has grown academically and has become determined in the classroom to develop her skills so that she is college ready. Please welcome Aaliyah Fussell, a member of the Camden community who is on her way to high achievement at Keene University.
Sorry, I'm crying, y'all. But I want to say thank you to the staff at my school who nominated me to be a remarkable graduate here today. And I don't know where to start. Like, this school year has really been hard. Like, I've been trying my best to stay positive in everything I've been doing. When I first started off, I was so dedicated to cheerleading. I couldn't get enough of it. I was cheering for 2 teams, and I also had 2 jobs. So it was just a lot. And I really want to thank my mom for being there for me. I want to thank my sister's dad, who I call my father, Mr. Eric, for also being there for me, and my family for keeping me pushing. I'm ending now because I'm about to cry some more, but thank you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner. At this time, we're going to welcome Creative Arts Guidance Counselor, Ms. Pruitt, to introduce to you her remarkable grads. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here this evening to present 3 very worthy students for the very generous recognition and the gifts that they will receive. To all of the honorees tonight, we are very proud of you because it really does take a village. And please remember that we are all here for you as you continue to persevere and attain all of the desires of your heart. your mind, and your spirit. Our first Canva student tonight that I'd like to present is Ms. Frances Lopez. Her trials began at birth when death came too early and she had to be resuscitated. This situation was supposed to cause some developmental delays, but the doctors, don't know everything. Growing up, she did face some challenges, bullying, lack of confidence, knowing that she had to be deliberate and try harder than others to memorize and retain information. None of those obstacles have stopped her from being accepted to multiple universities, earning a 3.38 GPA. She has chosen to attend Rowan at Burlington Community College and transfer to Stockton University, where she was also accepted. We are very, very proud of Frances, and just a personal note, I had to introduce her to Big Girl this year to be tough and find her own voice, and I look forward to everything that Frances will achieve in the future.
I am very honored to be here today. I would like to thank my mom and my dad, even though they're not here today. I wouldn't have had this opportunity today if it wasn't for Ms. Pruitt. I don't have much to say, I'm really shy. But yeah, I'm very proud of my parents for raising me and giving me this opportunity. I've wanted to give up so many times due to bullying and anxiety, and I wouldn't probably be here today. But now I have a reason to keep moving on, really.
Our second senior is Miss Dominique Blake. Dominique has had to grow up so quickly. Having a conversation with her is like speaking with any of your adult peers. Her solutions always defy her actual age. Accepting the responsibility for helping to care for her little sister and her parent, who both have health challenges, has made her a very special young lady. She is completely selfless. Being so mature comes with its own problems with her peers. Anxiety and other negative traits can surface, but Dominique doesn't let that added responsibility, pressure, or distance from her peers, supposedly more popular, detract from being the best that she can be. Her 3.3 GPA has earned her admission to her first school of choice, Stockton University, and she will surely continue to persevere and succeed. Congratulations, Dominique.
I would like to thank Ms. Pruitt for the opportunity to even receive this award, for believing in me and taking the time to talk to me when I'm down and I just need to talk. Like, she'll be really busy and have to do something, but she'll drop everything just to talk to me when I really need to talk to her. And I really appreciate that. So, yeah.
And our last recipient for Canva is Joelle Garriga. Joel will be sharing his own message, but I just want to say how proud I am. No pressure, Joel. I just want to say how proud that I am of him, and the entire Canva family is of Joel. We accept and deal with grief in different ways, and we continue to pray for Joel and his family on their loss this year. The Canva family is aware of how strong Joel's faith is, and he is a perfect example of how faith can carry us through even the most difficult of challenges. Congratulations, Joel.
How everybody doing tonight?
All right.
I'm not really a speaker, but I do want to just share, because this year I feel as though I received like the worst news of my life. And during the middle of the year, my father passed, like in the middle of me being in school. And I'm in school, I'm sitting there, I'm receiving all these texts that people want to come see me, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. Because I seen my dad walk that morning. I was sitting there. I seen him. I hugged him, everything. And I called my cousin. He like, I'm sorry to tell you, cuz, but your dad died. And I'm thinking it's a joke. Like, he's playing. Like, this can't be real. Like, I literally just lifted my dad up that morning. Like, and it was just like, I just broke. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I just froze up and just started crying. It was all I could do to me. And that's when I called my mother, and my mother had my brother come pick me up, and we went to the hospital, and I seen my dad for the last time. And the thing I feel as though got me nominated to come here was that same day, I didn't let that stop me from going back to school that same exact day. My mom, this was the one time I had to go against my mom, because my mom said, just stay home. There's no point in you going back to school right now. But I decided at that point that it was even more of a reason for me to go back to school, because it was just like my dad would have wanted me to finish. Everybody would have wanted me to finish. And my mom was like, you don't got to go to school the next day. I was like, I got to go. Because it was only just for my dad. I felt like at this point it was time for me to make my dad proud, rather than just sit there and just sit back and just let myself grieve and let my grades go down. I couldn't do that. My dad didn't want me bringing nothing home less than a C at all. And Mom, I just want to thank you. For me, you've been my number one supporter since all that's been going on. And it's just, and I honestly really don't know what to say. It's like, it's just crazy to me, like, because that's the one thing I was the most worried about, was losing one of my parents. Because it was like, I just can't, like, it was like my dad was supposed to be with me the first day I go to orientation. Like, it was just like, he was supposed to help me carry them bags up the steps like we usually do, but like we did with my sister. Like, and it was just a crazy experience, and I just had to keep pushing. And my brother, he recording, nobody noticed him right there. But he been a big support, even though we don't always see eye to eye, you know. I still love you feel me? Regardless. But yeah.
I would be remiss if I did not add a little bit too, as I'm hearing a lot of our students have had some loss. I recently told 4 children last Saturday that lost their mother. Youngest is 10. One of the things about when we lose our loved ones that we intend, as he mentioned, to be there on those big days in our lifestyle, you don't get over it, but you will get through it. And I will tell you this, all your life, and I said this to the children last Saturday, I think God kind of gives us extra just because he knows what we've lost. And what I'm saying that to say, along my way, there are going to be people, like for me, for you, that will carry the spirit of that loved one. It will be in the smiles of people like them, and the smiles when you go off to college and somebody's going to, what I always say, it's called favor. God is going to give you favor so that you'll be able to achieve everything that you are designed and destined to do. I just had to add that because it is the truth. Okay, so moving right along with our program. So now we are going to have Ms. Garbutt come up and introduce the Camden High Remarkable Grads.
Good evening. I'm actually here for Ms. Satterfield. She's a guidance counselor, wonderful guidance counselor at Camden High School, and her father passed a couple of days ago. So our prayers go to her and her family. And I'm going to do it a different way. So when I call your name, right, just stay up here, come near me, and don't go anywhere, okay? All right, here we go. Xavier Diaz, Kahila Johnson, Millennia Hall, Manifa Walker, Stephen Jones. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about there was research a couple of years ago about by this woman named Angela Duckworth, and she said that the main indicator of success was a thing called grit. These students have grit, and what that does is that grit is a better indicator of success, more than if you're smarter than anyone, or if wherever you come from, your socioeconomic background, or it's just the will to do the best that you can. And these students and all of you guys have that. And I just want to ask if anyone here wants to speak. Xavier, do you want to speak? I know he does. He's a speaker.
You asked me, so I said
But I know he does. Go ahead.
It's because she asked me. Don't. It's because she asked me, really. So I was up here early. Y'all saw me doing the Pledge of Allegiance stuff. So I like to give a big shout out, not only to like people I know personally, but to the other graduates in the room. Like, you guys are inspiration for the younger generation coming up. Growing up in this city is hard. Everybody got their problems. I don't like to put like my problems out there because I think a lot of people in the city face more than I do, and that seeing them persevere through it is like inspiration for other people to do it. Like, I haven't had really anyone in my family really die, but I do have a story about like I don't live with any of my biological parents anymore. I live with my brother because I had to go to court to get custody changed. And I think this is like one of the saddest moments in my life, because instead of my mother coming to fight for me in court, she just left us there to hang that day. So that just really meant a lot to what she thought about me at that time. So yeah, I think a lot of people go through worse, and I commend them for doing that, and commend the next set of remarkable grads coming up and stuff like that. So yeah.
Kahila Johnson.
Ooh, I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm so short. I would like to thank my mother right there with the white recording me. I'm ready to cry. She has been the only one that has been there for me, including my little sister and my boyfriend all the way in the back, with the red pants on. During this school year has been really, really hard, like really hard, because I do credit recovery. I have to stay after school, get all my credits together, and I've been very dedicated on doing that. And I wish my dad was here, but he has never been in my life at all. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for giving me a chance. That's it.
Millennia Hall, she is also an awesome singer. She's not going to sing tonight, though. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to everyone else who got nominated. And I wanted to say thank you to everyone who gave me all this stuff. And everyone who, and the people who nominated me at my school. And today I just want to say thank you. And this year I was singing earlier. I was practicing for my, Ms. Walker on her nose. Where's she at? There she got. She was helping me earlier. But the 4 years in my high school, it's been hectic. It wasn't just 1 year, it was just like a lot. So I'm just happy that I'm gonna be able to graduate, and I'll be the first out of my family and can make my mom proud and my dad proud in heaven. I know he's smiling at me right now. It's like she's still talking. Like, I'm not trying. Thank you.
Monifa Walker, AKA Bright Smile. Because every time I see her in the hallway, she's smiling.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? Oh, all right. I just want to say a big thanks to my mother and my sister and my Uncle Sean for being there for me. And that's it.
So I just want to close it out by giving a message to my Camden High students. It's really quick, and it's to everyone. As far as if you have a dream, right? You have to plan for the dream. So what I mean is that yes, dreams, whatever they may be, whether they are thought up subconscious or consciously, are more than a manifestation of luck. It's just more than we think about. It's looking around to determine not to get stuck. Deciding the thoughts you call dream, you make tactile and structural. Take it out of abstraction and build a foundational beam. Build upon that, you may need a team to make this dream a fact, structural and intact. So when you are dreaming about what you want, push out your thoughts. There's no doubt that dreams will come true, but the common denominator is the steps taken by you.
All right, come on.
Picture. You want to do a picture?
Thank you, Camden High School. So last but not least, we have Ms. Borelli, who is going to introduce the Brim Medical Arts 2018 Remarkable Graduates.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Borelli's not here, so I'm Mrs. Hall. I'm the guidance counselor. And I'm going to introduce Jamil Coley, Danica, and Dominique Cranshaw. You can come up. And with Dominique and Danica, they're twins. And I want you to know that one have a 4.0, one have a 3.6. They came from a single family household. A lot of times their mother was out of work and they had to go stay with the grandparents. And there was a lot of people in that house. So it was a lot on them. And they said a lot of times when they would come to school, they would be tired. And Danica, she was sick a lot with a lot of migraines, but she still managed to get a 4.0. Both of them will be going to Stockton this year. One's going for chemistry, forensic, and one's for speech pathologist. And with Jamil, have anybody ever seen The Blind Side with the guy Michael Orr? He reminds me of Michael Orr, because he's so caring and private. He's a protector. And he comes from a family of 4. And he's the oldest. So he was the protector of his little brothers and sisters. When his mother had to go to work, he was there to watch them. When his mother, by her being a single parent, he seen financially that she needed help. He went and got a job. And he just reminds me of Michael Orr. And he's going to go to Monmouth, and he has a 3.1. That's it.
Twins?
You want to say anything?
He's ready to get on.
Watch out, girls. You want to say nothing?
Congratulations, guys.
right.
Good luck with your college.
Congratulations to all of our students. Give them a round of applause. They truly deserve it. One side commercial. Ms. Perry, please raise your hand. There was a piece of jewelry left in the ladies' bathroom. Be sure to see her in order to pick it up. And also, Ms. Perry, as she is, sent me a text. And I'm just going to do what she asked as an excerpt. And just to be a greater encouragement to all of our remarkable graduates. In song or the words, I used to think that I could not go on. 'Cause sometimes the silence, it seems so loud. But there are miracles in life you will achieve. But first it's got to start inside of you. If you can see it, and you can achieve it, if you just believe it, there's nothing to it. We believe you can fly. We believe you can touch the sky. So think about it every night and day. Spread your wings and fly away. And we believe you can soar. We see you running through those open doors. We believe you can fly. We believe you can fly. So fly. Family, friends, teachers, give yourselves a round of applause for supporting these wonderful graduates. It has truly been a pleasure being your mistress of ceremonies on the 5th annual Remarkable Graduates. Have a blessed evening.